Bourdeaux has now approved 6 new grapes to combat climate change. The grapes were chosen for their potential to flourish in conditions caused by global warming. The new wine comes in 4 different reds and 2 whites, which have all been approved to be used in the bottles of Bourdeaux as soon as next season. Many other things are being done to adapt to weather patterns like night harvesting and reducing plant density.
Interesting. That region of France has been hit hard by droughts the last few years, so they've been really struggling in those vineyards to get out the same kind of wine that they had been making before for hundreds of years.
Here's what I'm thinking. Wine on Mondays, puppies on Wednesdays.
I like it.
Or
and then,
Fridays.
And then we can just do them both on Friday. We'll just have them both together.
I got a whole schedule planned out. Let the team know. We're good to go.
Deal.
All right. Puppies and a dog and a chef all making a grand appearance on the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart are co-hosting this year's Puppy Bowl on the 7th. They're even bringing their own dogs. Before the game, the rapper and culinary icon will hold competitions to create the perfect, that's close, party snack and Puppy Bowl themed cocktail, all while sporting orange and blue jerseys. The Puppy Bowl pregame show will air before the Super Bowl on Animal Planet and will also stream on Discovery Plus.
That is something, that's must-see TV.
It absolutely is.
Snoop Dogg at the Puppy Bowl.
Every time I see those two together, it is something that I have to watch.
It's comedic genius.
It's
I love
great.
it. All right, ahead here in the next hour, Matthew Stafford may have a new place to call home.
The Detroit Lions are trading him to the Golden State. Plus, it's that time of the year, Girl Scout cookie season. Coming up next, how troops are adapting to selling their cookies during the pandemic.
And you're looking live right now over downtown Detroit. A snowy start here Sunday. Andrew's got your full forecast and when we can expect the snow to stop and the faucet comes back on again.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News Today starts now.
Matt Stafford leaving Detroit, what the Lions are getting for the man who led the team for the past 12 seasons.
And on this Sunday morning, you're going to look out, and you're going to see snow. Andrew tracking it all for you because it's going to be piling up in parts of Metro Detroit. Good morning, everybody. It's 7 o'clock here Sunday morning. I'm Nick Monacelli.
And I'm Grant Hermes. Thanks for joining us here this morning on Local 4 News Today. We do want to get right to Andrew here because, Andrew, we started in a winter weather advisory last night, and it definitely held up this morning.
Exactly right, because that snow arrived after midnight and the snow is still here. In fact, this time of day, right now, we're seeing the snow at its heaviest and at its most widespread. From here on out, we'll see this persistent snow for the next couple of hours. Then it becomes a little bit lighter this afternoon and more scattered, so that is some good news. Some of us will catch a break and some folks sooner than others. That being said, winter weather advisory for much of southeast Michigan from Detroit to Ann Arbor southward. But in those areas where you don't see the advisory, Livingston, Oakland, Macomb counties, you're still getting a decent amount of snowfall right now. Slippery conditions out there, especially on ramps, bridges, and overpasses if you have to venture out, so watch your speeds. We, of course, don't want any accidents. We want everyone to stay safe, warm, and healthy. 28 degrees by noon, scattered snow for this afternoon, but we'll see waves of snow in and out because the storm system is pretty big and gathering a lot of energy and moisture to our south and to our east. Out there right now, we're looking at cloudy skies. Light to moderate snow over at the airport, heavier snow across other parts of the area with a wind out of the east at 11 miles per hour. Now, for many folks, it's of course Sunday. Many folks have the day off, kids may have a break from school. If you go sledding, just make sure you bundle up. Wind chills are in the teens right now, and they stay in the teens all day. Just remember your hand warmers, toe warmers, hats, scarves, and gloves, as well as those winter coats and masks. Download the Local Forecasters app. As you're out, whether it's playing or working, you can keep track of Storm Tracker 4, monitor the snow yourself, get my latest forecast, of course, all day long, and the forecast from the local forecasters all week long, and download it because it's free. Search WDIV in your app store.
Andrew, thank you. You may have seen the push alert not too long ago, the era of Matthew Stafford over in Detroit. He's heading to Los Angeles.
That's right. And our Jamie Edmonds joins us this morning with a look at what the Lions and who the Lions are getting in return.
This was the blockbuster news we had been waiting for. Matthew Stafford heading to the Rams, Jared Goff coming to Detroit, 2 former #1 overall picks. Now, after a lot of interest from a lot of teams, the Los Angeles Rams, in the end, were the team with the most to offer the Lions. Stafford goes to LA. Lions get 2 future first-round picks. Remember, the Rams didn't have a first-round pick this year. What's important is the Lions got 2 first-round picks, one in 2022 and one in 2023. They also got a third-round pick this year. The thought is the Lions have to take on a huge contract. Goff has 4 years, more than $100 million. That's why 2 first-round picks are in this deal. Now, Goff may be expensive, but he has been to a Super Bowl, so he brings experience to a rebuilding Lions team. And it seems this is a good return for Matthew Stafford, who is almost 33 years old. The early reaction is brand new general manager Brad Holmes did an excellent job setting up the Lions for the future. Back to you.
So what's interesting, in my opinion, is that there are experts and analysts already saying that with Stafford in L.A., L.A. is already a Super Bowl contender.
I know, and I think we'll hear that a little later from Jamie, too, and from the analysts. And I don't know if we can say that this early.
Right.
But because it feels so sudden, but maybe they know something that we don't.
Well, not only that, but it begs the question, if he can make L.A. a contender, what were we doing wrong here?
Right. Right. I think it's on the other side of the ball, frankly.
I think we know that. We're just trying to be polite about it.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. All right. Switching gears here to the struggle to get coronavirus vaccines. This coming week, Wayne County will receive nearly double the amount of the vaccine it got last week, but it is still not enough to help priority groups.
Yeah, the county will receive 8,375 first doses. That is up from 4,350 last week. The increase came one day after County Executive Warren Evans met with state officials demanding more. Here's Victor Williams.
For a lot of the people here in Wayne County, this came as good news, but these dosages, just like you guys said, are going to be prioritized for the teachers.
We are pretty much devoting more than the vast majority of this supply to starting with our educators starting next week.
In just a few days, all 8,375 newly received doses of the COVID-19 vaccine will be going into the arms of educators in Wayne County.
It'll still take us probably somewhere between 4 to 5 weeks to vaccinate because we actually have over 20,000 educators who registered in Wayne County.
But Wayne County is still technically in Phase 1A3, which covers independent necessary health care workers, a group of 18,000 registered in the county.
We're about a third through there. However, we recognize that the governor said that she would like all schools to be back in person by March 1st. So we figured that we needed to really ramp up and expedite getting to our educators.
While for educators this may be great news, seniors like 68-year-old Debbie Pettit are still patiently waiting for their turn to get the vaccine.
I would think that teachers should have priority over me, but it's still discouraging.
Especially considering the fact that Debbie has multiple chronic heart and lung conditions.
I would hope that it would put me and many people like me at the top of the list, but it doesn't seem to be prioritized in any way.
Regardless, Allen says her time will eventually come, along with others who are in a similar situation.
So we just have a lot of people who are in that very high category that are competing with such a small number of supply.
And Allen has gone on record saying that she's not pleased with the amount of dosages that Wayne County has received compared to the other surrounding counties, but she does say this at least feels like a step in the right direction. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Victor, thank you. Now to the latest COVID numbers. Michigan is reporting another 1,358 new cases of the virus, along with 104 more deaths. 93 of those deaths came from a review of vital records. The number of weekly recoveries totaled nearly 19,000, bringing the total number of recoveries in the state to more than 480,000. And hundreds of parents and student athletes gathered at the state capitol in Lansing, asking the governor to let them play.
It's the latest effort to get the state to allow high school winter sports to start February 21st. And that may be the date the state has set in mind for a safe return, but this baseball coach says that senior athletes are already losing so much.
The opportunities that these kids are missing out on with, building relationships with their friends and, stuff like that in their community, that's what's huge. As a former athlete, that's one of the best feelings ever is playing in front of a packed house, and they don't get to experience that, and it's awful. It's absolutely terrible.
On Friday, the Department of Health and Human Services said it is talking to stakeholders about the possibility of resuming winter sports before the 21st. Well, still so much more here to come on Local 4 News today, but first, checking in with Andrew Humphrey.
Andrew, sledding or shoveling today?
A little bit of both, it looks like, for today. Maybe a little shoveling to start the blood flowing, and then later this afternoon, as some of that snow becomes more scattered and many folks get a break, we can do some sledding. But we still have significant snowfall that will occur. Many folks already have 1 or 2 inches on the ground. How much more for later today? We'll talk more about that in your 7-day forecast. Coming up.